أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. Inshallah, tonight we shall continue our class from where we stopped last week. We were explaining the importance of the Sahaba radiyallahu anhum, and that is the fifth basis, the fifth fundamental of the deen as regards to the book we are using, and that is خير هذه الأمة بعد نبيها عليه السلام أبو بكر الصديق ثم عمر ابن الخطاب ثم عثمان ابن عفان ثم علي ibn Abi Talib radiyallahu anhu. That the best and the most revered among people in this nation after the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam is Abu Bakr, then Umar, then Uthmaan, then Ali radiyallahu anhu. Last week we discussed who the Sahaba, who they are. We explained who the Sahaba, who they are. And a question was raised last week. ترتيب الصحابة ترتيب الخلفاء الراشدين توقيفي أم لا أم اجتهادي. So I think one of our fathers raised that question last week, that the arrangements, as we've said, that the best and the most revered among the Islamic nation after Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is Abu Bakr. Then, when we use then in English, also we use it for ranking. After Abu Bakr, then Umar, then Uthman, then Ali. So the question was asked, the ranking, is there a nas? When we say nas, is there ayah from the Quran and hadith from the Prophet ﷺ that says this tertib should be like this? Or there is no nas as regards that? So our response is that for the case of Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, there is no doubt that Abu Bakr is the best of this nation. And a lot of hadith, attest to the fact that Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu is the best of this nation. Then there are some hadith to other Sahaba, Umar and Uthman. There's an hadith that was reported by one of the Sahaba radiyallahu anhu, that it says, I want to check for the contents of the hadith, but the meaning of the hadith is that during the time of the Sahaba, they used to give preference. They used to give preference to, the status of the Sahaba among themselves. And they would give preference to Abu Bakr, then Umar, then Uthman during that time. So that was, Ali was not in that statement of the hadith. So the status is Abu Bakr number 1, Umar number 2, Uthman number 3. So this hadith, I think I've seen the Naam. Okay. As regards to the ranking as well, there is another evidence from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Al-Imam Ahmad and some other ulama al-hadith also reported this hadith. The hadith is popularly called Hadith Safina. Anna an-Nabiy sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Al-Khilafatu 30 عاما. Al-Khilafa 30 عاما. Becoming the Khalifa will last for 30 years. ثم يكون mulkan. Then after that 30 years, then the next will be mulk. That is the king. It will be kingdom, not khilafah again. Now, after counting the number of years after the demise of the Prophet ﷺ, it was recorded that the year of Ali radiyallahu anhu, so was the end of the 30 years. So there are some hadith to the fact that the arrangements were not just out of their whims. Okay? The arrangement was not just out of their whim. So there's this another hadith. Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiyya, may Allah be pleased with him. قال قلت لأبي, he said he told his father, أي Ali ibn Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him. أي الناس خير بعد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, who amongst the people after the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم is the best? قال, he said Abu Bakr. قلت ثم من, after Abu Bakr, who again? قال, he said ثم عمر. وخشيت أن يقول Uthmaan, he said I was afraid that he would mention then Uthman after mentioning Umar. قلت ثم أنت, his father was who? Ali ibn Abi Talib. عن محمد ibn al-Hanafiyya rahimahullah قال قلت لأبي. So the person that we mentioned is the son of Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyallahu anhu. He was asking after the Prophet ﷺ, who is the most revered? He said Abu Bakr. Then after saying Abu Bakr, he said then who? He said Umar. Then he was afraid that he would mention Uthman. Qultu thumma anta. Then he himself now responded, then you. Qal, then he said, ma ana illa rajulun min al-muslimin. I was no one except a man from amongst the Muslims. So here there is a submission from Ali radiyallahu anhu that Uthman would be the next Khalifa, which is the third one. Radiyallahu anhum ajma'in. So there is another riwayah, and Ibn Umar radiyallahu anhuma قال, this is the riwayah I'm searching for. He said, كنا نخير بين الناس في زمن النبي. We always give status to people. نخير. We scale them. Okay, this one is better. This one is more revered. Maybe based on their closeness to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We نخير. We give them status. في زمن النبي, during the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. فنخير أبا بكر. We would give the status of Abu Bakr. We will give it more, we place it at a very high rank. ثم Umar. Then after Abu Bakr, we will place Umar in another high rank. Ibn al-Khattab. ثم Uthman ibn Affan. Then Uthman ibn Affan. radiyallahu anhum. This is Mukharraj. It was brought out from Al-Bukhari. أخرجه الإمام البخاري. Al-Imam al-Bukhari brought it out as well. A lot of hadiths attest to the fact that the arrangement was not just done based on desires. It was established during the time of the Sahaba radiyallahu anhu. Now the question is, tawqifi am ghayr tawqifi? Before we can say something is tawqifi, labudda an nara ad-dalil min al-Qur'ani wa sunnah. طيب. Wallahu alam, I've not seen hadith that the Prophet ﷺ says after Abu Bakr it should be Umar, it should be, but there is hadith that the Prophet ﷺ says after me is Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr is clear. For Abu Bakr, tawqifi. But after Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, wallahu alam, I can't say if it is tawqifi because I've not seen an evidence. But it is not just done based on their desire. There is delay to that because it is something that is known. Now, if it is not tawqifi, al huwa ijma' bal fihi ijma' ajma' al-muslimun ala khilafati al-khulafa'i ar-rashidin. So there is ijma', there is consensus. All the Muslims, they accepted that after Abu Bakr was Umar, it was after Umar, then Uthmaan, after Uthmaan, then Ali. There is no doubt that there is ijma', there is consensus, there is agreement among scholars. So this is that about that. Now, the time is not okay. Maybe inshallah tomorrow I'll discuss what happened between Ali radiyallahu anhu and Muawiyah radiyallahu anhu wa an as-sahabati ajma'in. You know, the last week we said it is compulsory and we Muslims to be praying for them. And we should not, because of what happened between them or amongst them, to say this Sahabi is not, all of them they are Sahaba and Allah is pleased with them all. Then we will give us a very summarized version of the happening, the occurrence between Ali and Muawiyah. So inshallah tomorrow inshallah we'll stop here tonight. We'll continue with the explanation tomorrow. Does anybody have a question? So now inshallah we'll continue tomorrow. Subhanakallahum wa bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruk wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Amin wa antum.
اللهم رحمتك أرجو فلا تكلني إلى نفسي طرفة عين وأصلح لي شأني كله لا إله إلا أنت